Peace, everybody. Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and today I'm going to recap this past Saturday's UFC 241, which was an excellent, exciting display of martial arts skill and exciting action. So, with that being said, for the basis of the recap, we went over Nate Diaz versus Anthony Pettis and Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic. So those are the two I'm really going to focus on. But that Yoel Romero-Paulo Costa fight was also a barn burner that was a high showcase of skill at the same time. These type of cards are the cards that make us love combat sports. So let's get into it. With Diaz and Pettis. So we had Diaz coming off a 3-year layoff, taking on Pettis, who's been on a hot streak. His last fight, knocking out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, being the first guy to do so in a 3-round match. There were some things that I thought that Pettis could do to negate the cardio of Diaz that did not happen. He did start with the leg kicks, but there was one early in the first round that Diaz checked, and it immediately hurt Pettis' foot. And you could see it as soon as it happened. He checked the kick, it went ankle to shin, and you could kind of see it weaken right then and there. Also, with Diaz only having to go 3 rounds, and usually seeing him start kind of slow, I thought that that would be to his detriment. And this time it was not. He went full blast from the jump and was able to jump on Pettis and take advantage of his less than Diaz's cardio. Because he does have decent cardio and he has shown the fade in other fights. I didn't think that would be a factor in this one, but it was. So Diaz was able to push the pace on Pettis to a point to where he could not keep up. Then with that injured foot on top of it, it led to a recipe for disaster for Pettis. But he didn't go out without a fight. He still landed excellent shots on the ground. On the feet. He defended well when he got to the ground. Nice transitions, good scrambles, escaped quite a few submission attempts. But he did so in vain. Nate Diaz pulls off a big victory, come back after a very long layoff, and puts another case in Dominic Cruz's "there is no ring rust" philosophy. So afterwards, he calls out Jorge Masvidal, which sounds like an incredible fight that I don't think anyone would be against. So let's talk about that main event. Daniel Cormier coming off a win against Derek Lewis, but the notable win was the first round knockout of Stipe Miocic. Stipe had not fought since then, lobbying for that rematch and finally getting it. In this one, I thought that DC would utilize his wrestling a lot more and be able to grind out a 5-round decision against Stipe. In reality, Daniel kind of showed a complete disdain for Miocic's striking ability, which was a huge mistake, and just walked forward and rained bombs on him. Now, for the first 3 rounds, it worked great. He had a huge takedown in the first round, was able to land good shots in the second and third round, but in the 4th round, those shots began to show that they had been taking their toll on Cormier. He was landing bombs in every preceding round to the stoppage round, but in the 4th round, coupled with some nasty left hooks to the body, which we also saw in the Costa Romero fight, body shots are highly underutilized in MMA, and they should come more often. Via kicks to the body or punches to the body, people should go to the body a lot more. Anyway, Daniel just showed the disdain by not really moving his head at all. Stipe didn't either, But it's crazy to have two guys in there throwing such bombs, and defense was highly lacking. And I'm not saying that to try to put down the fighters. It was more so of they were both so confident in what they could do that they kind of dismissed what the other guy was trying to do to him. Stipe just had this confidence that if he just kept landing punches, eventually he was going to hurt him. And DC felt the same way. He felt that he just had to keep landing punches, and eventually Stipe would go down. And he landed a lot of hard shots, but Stipe countered excellently, especially with that right hand, consistently throughout the fight. So in the fourth round, he begins to incorporate those body shots. DC is visibly tiring, so those body shots plus trying to take Stipe down wears him out. He gets caught with a right hand coming in, stumbles, Stipe pounces on him for the finish, regains the heavyweight title. So what's next? We don't know. DC may retire. He's in his low 40s. I believe he just turned 41. Really doesn't have a lot more to prove. Only the second man he's lost to in mixed martial arts. We all know who that other guy is. Not going to bring that up. So, do we get a trilogy? I would like to see it. Does Stipe go maybe fight Francis Ngannou again? I want to see that too. So, let me know what you think, what you want to see coming from both guys. Well, all four guys actually. What do you think about Pettis? Who should he fight next? Who should Diaz fight next? Who should Cormier fight next? And who should Miocic fight next? Anyway, drop your thoughts on the fights in the comment section. Stay tuned for our Sergey Kovalev Anthony Yarde preview as well, and the subsequent recap that will come after the fight. Make sure you hit us up on all the social media networks, Capital Combat, and all of those. And we'll see you in the next video. Till then, fight on.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
The Black Street Fighter.